What's up, people? We are here with Jeremy from Nanlux Americas, and we are going to be reviewing and looking at this beautiful Evoke 1200B. So Jeremy and I have known each other for a few years now. Met him when he was actually at Let Go, which eventually kind of merged into the structure of Nanlux as it is today. We've used a ton of Nanlux products to date, like the Evoke, the original OG, to this one, as well as the Dynos and the TK series. Now that these guys have introduced a bi-color version of the Evoke, it's a total game changer. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this bad boy?
Well, the 1200B is the next iteration of the Evoke series. So now we've gone from an LED that can replace a 2.5K HMI to an LED that can replace a 2.5K HMI that also has bicolor.
Sheesh.
You have a CCT range of 2700 to 6500, and you have no loss of output between the original single color daylight balance Evoke 1200. That is breakthrough, because normally in spot LED lights, you can lose as much as half the output when you switch to bicolor chips. So that's a big deal. So when people have the variation to change color, like if they want to match to tungsten outside or inside, night or day, they can do that and still maintain a powerful output. Only draws a little over 8.5 amps. So you can run on any house power, but you can replace an HMI. You don't need Jennies, you don't need all extra power. You can just do what you want. You have much versatility to do things that you normally can't do with lights in this type of output.
They just made it easy. They made it easy. And not to mention, beautiful. Can we talk about the build of this thing right now?
Yeah, it's built like a tank because it's not as big as a tank, but durable like a tank, because it's made for rental environments, for big productions, or for the smaller productions that want the output that don't need something that's so big that you need a truck. This could fit. We got cases that could fit in an Uber. So for here in New York City, that's a big deal.
Absolutely.
It's not too heavy. You can carry it up the stairs. So I mean, this kind of opens up the door for people to have a lot of power, in places that are like repurposed building, like around New York City, that you don't have room for big giant lights.
Absolutely. That's awesome. That's awesome. And so unlike the previous, the OG, I know this is bicolor, but what else about this is different?
They have this new smart fan.
Nobody was talking to you, Alexa.
This one, now you have a smart fan. So you can set it to calibrate it to match the ambient. So if it's a cool area, then the fan could be off, or if it needs to be on. So you're not just limited to on and off like in the previous version. So it has different variable speeds depending on the ambient temperature that it needs to be running to maintain optimal performance. So that's a cool feature. There's now a new DMX dimming curve. So for people that want to, or DMX smoothing, I'm sorry. So there's more firmware updated features that are great, that are first time in here, but can be added to the original Evoke. So people wanted that feature,
awesome,
but want to keep the original, they got that too. And we've also added switches for the wireless. So like, let's say you're doing a live broadcast and you're in DMX, or you have your lights set and you don't need to do anything. So now you can turn off your wireless, your Bluetooth, your CRMX. You don't have to worry about it connecting to other stuff. Because like if you're live events where someone else is working on, CRMX, and yours is set, and maybe you don't know they're on the same channel, it could go off in a live broadcast. That's a big deal. So now you can turn that stuff off and make it easier and make it safer. So.
Awesome. And I noticed that this yoke looks a little different from predecessor.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. So we did a more traditional style yoke on the Fresnel, where it's center mounted and it has a tilt. So if you want to angle down lower, you can, which we also did for the yoke for the 1200B. So if you want to attach a softbox, you can tilt down lower and get more angles that you want.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So Jeremy, I know you've been around for a while. You're at Nanlux now. Like, what does the brand mean to you, and like, why are you here? Why are you part of this journey with Nanlux?
I've been with Nanlux for 3.5 years. So like a year before the pandemic. Nanlux launched in the middle of the pandemic. And the reason why I like working with this company is because the owners are cool. They're a married couple. you know, it's really started like a small mom and pop shop type of thing, but 30 years later now, they're kind of a really big company, but they still have that personal touch. You know, I can always talk to them if I have a question or need. So they're cool people to work with. Unfortunately, I haven't seen them in 2 years because they're in China. And, but you know, the team is great and they're cool people to work with. It's nice to work with people that, you know, you can not only respect, but you actually care about. So I like talking to them, and you know, we have our Zoom chats and kind of catch up, which isn't the same as meeting in person, but it kind of helps because it's like, you know, we've been talking with FaceTime and social media, and you know, I haven't seen you since before the pandemic too, and it's like, you know, we still stay tight. So it's kind of like that. So they're cool people. So I like working with them, and they're making products that really make a difference in the industry. Like, you know, I've been a shooter too, and so like I know where I would be if I wasn't working for this company. Like, this is a product that I would genuinely want, you know. And I know a lot of people that are much further along than I ever was, and you know, and they love what we have coming out. So I really feel like a sense of gratitude and pride that I can be a part of something that's helping people in a lot of levels in the industry that are, you know, just making their first gig, you know, in the big time to the guys that are seasoned pros. So it's cool.
It's amazing. That's amazing. What do you foresee in the future? Where does Nanlux evolve? When do we get to see more things like this? What else is on the horizon? Any little teasers we have?
This isn't the last. This is Evoke series, so this isn't the last Evoke. I won't spill any beans ahead of time, but you can see where it's going. And we're working on not only just making a version of something that might be out there, but something that is unique and always stands out. And I think with each iteration of the Evoke, we've done that. So I can't wait to see the future of the Evoke and the Nanlux brand as a whole.
Where have Nanlux products been used that we may not know of? Like, who's using this product out there in Hollywood where you are?
What I can tell you is some of this stuff has been on a lot of the streaming studios have used our lights. I know there's a gaffer, Justin Dixon. He uses our dynos, and he has the 1200B on the last season of Snowfall. That's on there right now. And you know, in Europe, at least in the UK, man, there's a lot of shows that's getting used out there. Our distributor out there, ProLight Direct, is killing it, because I was just out there this spring, and it was just like so many gaffers and DPs that came by like, I love these lights and this stuff. It's like, it's so encouraging. Like, this is one thing. It's like, it's so like gratifying to see people loving the product and having fun. So, you know, as far as BBC or stuff, because there's a lot of studio stuff there. A lot of stuff that's usually shot here is in the UK as well. So, I mean, it's stuff that we've seen here that we think is local. So I can't think of a lot of shows offhand because I'm not as involved over there, but I know it's a lot of top-end stuff that's really exciting to know about. So
awesome. So a lot of big boys are using this.
Yeah.
Anybody can use this. We use the OG a lot. Hopefully at some point we get to use this guy a lot. And looking forward to the evolution. So thank you for stopping by the studio.
Yeah,
finally,
bro. Good to see you, man.
Finally, New York City. And for this one, we are out. Thank you.